Got it.
Okay, hold on. So we are on. Hello, everyone. Give us a moment and let us get ourselves together. So, just take a moment and share, if you don't mind, with folks in your network. We may have some people joining us
If you don't,
on on Zoom. So we'll just wait just a couple of moments, okay? Erica, you doing good?
yes, I am.
Okay, so we're gonna hold tight for just a moment, okay?
Sounds good.
So, Erica, we are on live on Facebook. So, I want to say hello to everyone joining us on Facebook. We are going to talk a little bit about Black women in the workplace for the time that we have together. And so I put together a little presentation so that we can follow along and just give you a little bit of information. And if you have questions, I'll try to watch the comments and answer those questions. But for the time being, Erica and I will just have a little conversation. Is that okay with you, Erica?
Fine with me. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So just hold on. So why isn't okay? So co-sponsoring. This is co-sponsored by Essential Aesthetics, and we have my beautiful co-host and one of my good girlfriends. Erica, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Hello, my name is Erica. I am the owner and founder and operator, CEO of Essential Aesthetics, located in Florence, Kentucky. I specialize in luxury cosmetic, skincare, just beautifying yourself, a whole beautiful zen for your self-care need. So the link is in the bio afterwards. If you want to make an appointment and come and see me, good plug there. But we
Sound
are here to, yes, but we are here today again, as we did last month, just to empower our Black sisters. And this is a really packed, what, half an hour, hopefully hour. We would love all the ladies to come in. We would love to hear your story. We would love engagement. So we're going to check the live just to make sure we're not missing anyone. But again, welcome. Hello.
hello. Did you record? Hit record on here?
Yes.
Okay. I got you. And
Yes.
I am Tracy Stokes, aka Trey Speaks in these internet streets. And I am the founder and CEO of the Tracy Nicole brand and She Fire by the Tracy Nicole brand. So, what I do is just empower folks, especially women, especially Black women, to use their voices and to just use their passion, use their experience, so that they can monetize their stories. So moving on, I know you all are probably thinking, my goodness, what is She Fire? So She Fire curates impactful experiences for you to be pushed outside of your comfort zone so that you are able to soar. We want to have fun, but we also want to tackle courageous conversations that we may not be able to have in the presence and in the midst of others. So we really wanted to curate this time to talk about this subject of Black women in the workplace. So I will say that if you are interested in sponsoring or co-sponsoring a She Fire conversation, a monthly conversation, let us know. You could become a co-host with us and curate this conversation because we have different topics that we're thinking about, but we always want to hear from you. So we'll move forward. So,
Yes, and also just want to plug in also, and this is a safe space. This is a safe space to communicate, to be open with one another. No judgment,
no judgment at all, right? And so we're
right?
here for specific reasons. Number one, we want to affirm and support Black women. Number two, we want to discuss current events, right? Number three, we definitely want to share stories. So Erica and I will share stories. If you have something that you want us to talk about, again, put it in the chat where we are broadcasting live on Facebook. And so we are monitoring the Facebook chat. So go ahead and give us some emojis and, high fives and just ask your questions, and we will definitely be available to answer those. And then the last thing, which is really the entire premise of She Fire, is to network and connect. So we're hoping that by having this conversation, we are opening the doors for good conversation. So,
Yes.
um, I love quotes. If you know me, you know that, right? So the first quote that I want to share is the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And I think that in order to make a difference and in order to begin to talk about change and to enact change, we have to take that first step. And we're thinking that one of those first steps is this conversation that we are having this evening on this fine Sunday evening, right?
Yes. And just talk about, can we go back to that quote real
Sure.
quick? And how
Sure.
simple that quote is, but then how dramatic the change from, to have from that quote. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
do.
like, it's so simple, just take that first step. Don't worry about it. And it's like, whoa, taking that one little first step.
But
So,
sometimes I must admit, at my big age of 48, right? Sometimes it's scary to take that
yes.
step
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because sometimes, mid-career, kind of where I am, Erica, sometimes I have to reframe and rethink. And
Yes.
if you know me, I like what I like, right? And I have in my head how I want to do something. But I think in order to have these conversations, in order to grow, my husband and I are almost empty nesters. We have young adult-ish kids, right?
Yeah.
Young adults, and they do their own thing. And so right now, this is my time to focus on the needs that I have, recognizing that there are some barriers that are systemically,
Yeah.
designed not to edify and uplift, but really to keep us in the same space. And so we're going to talk about some of those things today, right?
Hmm. Yep.
So, some of the facts, I'm an educator, Erica. You are an educator as well, just in a different industry. But I
Mhm.
found some facts that I want to share, and I got these from Gallup.com and leanin.org. And so, number one, Erica, Black women have and are the highest labor force participation.
Yep.
And guess what? We have the highest labor participation, but we are only paid 63 cents for every dollar earned by white and non-Hispanic men. Let
Yeah,
that,
that doesn't go. The math isn't mathing.
it's not mathing, right?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Black women enroll in college and graduate at higher rates than any
Yep.
other group, but we're still not paid. We're the fastest. This one really, it really intrigued me and it surprised me. I knew that we were growing in fast rates among entrepreneurs, but we are the fastest rising entrepreneurial group, right? Between 1997 and 2017, it increased by Black owned women businesses by 600%.
600.
600%.
Wow. Wow.
Erica,
Wow.
are we getting money? Are we
Mm,
getting grants?
no.
Do we have angel investors?
Not
Not in big numbers. Not in big
yet. Mhm.
numbers.
Not in big numbers, no.
So
Not at all.
we wanted to provide some context to this conversation that we're having because I think it's always important to know, what folks have researched, to know the facts, and just to understand that we're not just pulling these things out of a hat and just
Right.
complaining and throwing them against the wall. These are
Yes.
facts that many women across the country, across the globe are talking about. And these facts that I just talked about that you see on your screen are facts that impact the success and the succession and pipelines for Black women from the beginning of ages, right? So we wanted to kind of talk about that.
Yes.
So I would be remiss. Um, this is a sad story. It's a
Very
recent
sad.
story, but I would be remiss if I did not talk about um Dr. uh hold on, Dr.
Internet.
Antoinette, sorry, Dr. Antoinette Bonnie uh Canada Bailey. She died a little earlier this month, died by suicide, and she was a sister who was intentionally harassed and bullied by the college president, which was her direct supervisor. And I should say allegedly. These are things that I received, I got from CNN.com. I didn't put that on the screen. So allegedly, she was intentionally harassed and bullied by college president, which was her
Mm-hmm.
boss. She
Mm-hmm.
let her friends know that she was depressed and felt unsupported at work, month
Mm-hmm.
after month. She was having such a difficult time. Before her death, she was terminated by her employer. And I don't know that I knew that, Erica. I hadn't
Mm-hmm.
heard that.
Yeah.
But how telling is it that this woman with her PhD, this woman who had articulated that she needed help, how many times, Erica, have we been in situations that we felt unsupported? We felt as
Right.
though people didn't hear us. I can think of stories in past positions that I have been called an angry Black woman, Erica.
Mm-hmm.
I have been
Mm-hmm.
said that I was not approachable. I have been
Mm-hmm.
said that, I was not ready for positions. And that may have been true, but I can tell you that I was not given opportunity to learn more, to do,
Mm-hmm.
right, to go to trainings. And so that really, I know for me, it was really defeating at times, and it really took a toll on my mental health,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I didn't feel supported. And I
Mm-hmm.
hate that Dr. Canada Bailey, Dr. Bonnie, as she was lovingly called, she didn't feel as though she's had that support. So, Erica, have you had that situation in
Um,
that you've had in the past?
yes, yes. I don't want to call it a right to passage, but I mean, I feel like there has in our community,
Mhm.
we're always striving to prove ourselves. And when again, and it's always it's the microaggressions that I don't care for. But yeah, I've had this experience multiple times. But what's so sad about this is, like I said before, the hopelessness she had, the no support, that she felt like she couldn't go on, to have the support to
Yeah,
help her through the bullying, to help her, an advocate. There was no one, there was no one behind her to help push her through.
right.
I wanted to know the racial makeup of this school. Now she went to Lincoln University.
That was an HBCU.
Yes, uh-huh. So it's 55% Black and African American.
Oh.
30% white, non-Hispanic, 4% Hispanic, and
Mhm.
2% Asian. Um, and I want to know, I'm going to look as well, the faculty. I
Mhm.
wonder what was the faculty makeup?
You know,
Because, oh, I say that to say, I know when when I was working in the hospital, when I was working in the schools, I would always search for somebody that looked like me.
yeah.
I'm like in the hallways, just to be like, hey, I see you. Hey,
Yeah.
let's have lunch. Someone that they know that I can have their back and they can have mine when we're in a, work environment where of course, the minority.
Mhm. And so I want to say and give a shout out before we move on, give a shout out to Jonetta Shaw, who's watching on Facebook, Tasha Owens, Myrtle Ingram, Essence, hey Essence, Kamisha Brewer Dickerson. She says it's a great conversation, and Dr. Lavette Burnett. And for some reason, those of you who registered for this, we are having technical difficulties with Zoom, and so that's why we wanted to jump on with Facebook. So I am so sorry if you are catching this on the replay or you are watching live with us on Facebook. So our apologies. We will get that together for the next time, but we wanted the show to go on. Again, I want to remind you, if you have any questions, if you have any comments about anything that we're talking about, just go ahead and put them in the chat. We are watching the chat and we will call out those questions or those comments that you have as we see them. So let's move on. So, again, the educator in me, the doctoral student in me, came up with more statistics, right? And so, if you see on your screen, this came from McKinsey.com. I didn't put leanin.org on here, but this is a paper that they wrote together. And if you see on the screen, you look and see that from entry level to the C suite, if you look at the percentages from white men to white women to women of color to men of color, women of color have the lowest percentage of folks in the workplace in almost all of these categories,
Mhm. Yep.
right? So going back to thinking about women, right? So let me go back. Women are only earning 63 cents for every dollar earned by white and non-Hispanic men. Why is that? Why is that? And
That's the
what can
million
we do
dollar
about that?
question.
What can we do about it? And
That's the
so
million-dollar question, isn't it? Because
it's
when
the,
you go, yeah.
go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. I was just saying that's the million-dollar question because, and I think you're going to go into the other slides
Mm-hmm.
because again, when you advocate for yourself,
Yeah.
when you're going back to your supervisor, your management, HR, and you're saying, hey, the math isn't mathing. And, reviews are coming, I'm doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it? Then it goes to the, oh, are you upset? Don't be upset. Oh, you're not, are you, you're too emotional about it. Then you're starting to get labeled as the angry black woman.
Yeah.
And then they're going to put you in that box. Well, this is why.
Yeah.
It can't be, my grandmother would say, just tell me the truth. What is it?
But I will say that as much as they put us in these boxes, right? But are we able to get out of them, right? And sometimes we're put in these boxes and we don't know how to get out, or we don't have the opportunity to get out because they don't want us to, right? They don't want us to. So Miss Myrtle Ingram says she's experienced the same situation when she was employed with NCR, when AT&T purchased them in the 90s.
Mm.
Right? The Alliance of Black NCR Employees was a valuable ad, and they felt a sense of community. Um, I'm glad that you're retiring too. So shout out to Miss Myrtle and congratulations. But you are right. What you said about the Black NCR employees is really a good place to kind of put a pin in and talk about, because it is always important to find that group of people that support you, find that group of people who you can go to when you are not quite sure where to go. Sometimes it may be a group inside your organization, but many times it's going to be those groups outside. Maybe it's the Chamber of Commerce activities. Maybe it's, creating a sister circle like this one, right? Having these conversations, figuring out, okay, where is my safe space? Figuring out who are those people who have maybe been in situations that I have been in, and how can I, A, you know, use them on my entrepreneurial journey, because I have a lot of folks, a lot of entrepreneurs that I support with the Tracy Nicole brand, to write their books, to tell their stories, to use their passions and their expertise in order to get that bag, right? And so it's not always about that, but it is. Right? But it is, right? And so it's creating that circle and creating that network and knowing how to use that network so that you can use what you have to get what you want. Yes,
Yep,
I'm
to get what
quoting
you
the
want.
Players Club. Yes, I am. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, I wonder if in the audience, the folks that we have listening, think about your network. And do you have a network of sister friends or a network of individuals that can help you and be your support when you need them? I know that I have a few different groups that I have,
Hmm.
right? I have entrepreneurial friends. I have my good sister friends. I have my BFF, who is always my ride or die, right? I have, my elders and mentors that I use and that I talk to on a regular basis, right? And so I challenge you to think about that. Do you have folks that you can support, that you can count on for support, and that you can then in turn support them as well? So I was also thinking about, just moving on, I was also thinking about the unphenomenon.
Right here. Yeah.
The unphenomenon. And I call these words that folks say to really placate us, right? To really try to
Yes,
keep us in our place.
that's
Oh,
right.
she's unapproachable. She's unkept. She has locks. She has an afro. Her natural hair just doesn't look professional. She's unprofessional. Oh, it was a misunderstanding. I didn't mean any harm. Or, oh my goodness, she's ungrateful. She's just asking for more when she already has a lot, right?
Hmm.
Or she's unqualified when you're the most qualified,
Hmm.
right? And so all of these things make me think about the other side of the unphenomenon, right? We're underutilized as Black women. We're underpaid. We're underpaid. We are
Yes.
underpaid. And so I just wanted to talk about this and think about these unphenomenons, right? Number one, on one side, so that we can really hear those that the others are telling us, right? And let them flow in one ear and out the other. Because many times they don't want to do the work to understand the skills that we have, the experience that we bring, the visions that we have, whether that be strategic, whether that's innovative. I know for me, in some of the situations that I have found myself in, I have to use my voice every single time. And sometimes it's louder than they want to hear it, right? Sometimes they don't want to hear the truth. And so they will slow walk situations, or they will just say, you know what, Tracy, this is not something that we want to discuss right now. It's just not
Hmm.
the time, right? And so because of that, we feel as though we can't move up, we can't move beyond middle management, right? I wonder how many people in the
Not
comments.
being, I don't mean, not being your authentic self. Sometimes
Yeah,
I feel, I didn't mean to cut you there, but I needed to get that in right there.
yeah,
You can't be yourself because you have to play that game to be approachable, to be, pepped, to be grateful, to be professional, to be qualified, although you're all of these things. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So that is a struggle I feel like a lot of Black women have because we are so strong, or we have to have that mask to be so strong
Yeah,
that when we do go into those rooms and not necessarily demand, but lay it there on the table. It's here in black and white. I am qualified. I am phenomenal. I am approachable. I am understanding.
yeah,
I am professional. But when you have to go in and not be your authentic self,
yeah.
it again goes back to Dr. Annette, who passed away. You
Hmm.
know, I just think about her walking into different classrooms, different rooms, and having to make herself a little smaller
Yeah,
so she can get in there.
yeah,
And how that really does stir up, I know it would me stir up my spirit, like,
yeah,
this is not me. But there is a lot of us who have to play that game to be that token one to get on in there because, oh, he's good, or she's good, or she's approachable, so yeah. But oh, the hair, the loudness, you know,
yeah,
the kente cloth, all of that, that's too much. That's too much. It doesn't matter if you're qualified. It doesn't matter if you're professional or phenomenal, approachable,
yeah,
kept, you know.
yeah.
So that is a struggle I feel a lot of Black women in the professional field have because we can't be our authentic self. A lot of us cannot, and that really does weigh on your psyche. It's like you there was a oh my gosh, what is oh James Baldwin, and there's a conversation that they have, what it James and, is it Angela? I don't think it was Angela Davis. Nicole, oh, Ugh,
You're not
I'll
sure.
I'll bring it up later. I'll bring it up later.
Okay.
But what she says, and this is on, it was they were having a conversation, and she says, it was so she goes, fake it with me. When you come home, I got to hear all this and that, and you're having a bad day at work and this and that. But when you go to work, you're jolly happy and this and that. She's like, of course the foreman don't think that you're having a bad day. You smile at them all day.
Yep.
She's
Yep.
like, fake it with me. The way you fake it with them, fake it with me. It's a conversation, but it reminds me of how us as women do it all the time when we're going, in these spaces where we don't want to feel, we don't want them to feel like we are. I mean, it is. I think it's something that I have been conditioned to do, honestly. We
Hmm.
don't want them to feel like we're unapproachable. So we're gonna switch it.
Yep.
We're chameleons. We're shift, what is it called? Shift, what is it called? Shift shakers. What is it called, you guys? Um Chameleons. What do you
Well, you know what I was going to say,
shift
Erica. So
shapers. Shift shapers.
shift
Was that it
shape.
is? I think
I
that's what it is.
Girl, I
Yeah.
don't know. But I was thinking of two things. So, number one, I think of double consciousness. W.E.B. Du Bois
Mm-hmm.
said that Black folks can, just like you said, at home,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
be themselves authentically, but then go to the workplace, go into the community, go to the stores, and be that person that they need to be to make it through the day. Double conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Number
Yes, which is
two,
exhausting.
it's exhausting. I hate it, right? I
Yep.
hate it. And you know what, Erica? Some days I can do it and I can do it well. But then some days I am Troutwood Tracy. Like I used to
I
tell all my
know.
students, right? And some days I am Troutwood Tracy. So I am from Dayton, Ohio, which is the gem city. You're welcome, right? So I grew up in Troutwood. And so I always tell them, you can get the Tracy that gives you what you want to hear some days, but then some days I don't feel like wearing that mask. And when I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like wearing it, Erica, you know me, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Take it off.
I take it off. So Paul Lawrence Dunbar has a poem. If you don't know who he is, he's a poet from my hometown. You're welcome, right? And he has a poem that says, "We wear the mask that grins and lies,"
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, how many of us as Black women, I know we have some Black men watching as well, how many of us have to wear that mask? And is it fair? It's not fair. And so, my question, and maybe another conversation, is how can we stop doing that and still get to where we need to go? And probably, I don't know the answer to that one because we haven't even gotten there, right? We haven't even gotten
Mm-hmm.
there. We can't even get paid fairly, right? We don't even
Right.
get paid well. So, um, moving on. So, what now, Erica? Right? And so, if you
Right.
know me and you have been on any of the platforms that I have, you know that my favorite quote is, "Your story has the power to break down barriers and inspire others to hope." How many people were saying it in their head in my voice? How
Yes.
many people? So, so what now? And I wanted to think about, what can we begin to do as women? What can we begin to do as Black women so that we can break down these walls, right? They talk about breaking the glass ceiling. I don't know that Black women have gotten that high yet, right? There are some women who are in positions of power, but it's not enough of us, right? We already saw the statistics. We already see that Black women are the most educated, but we have all of that, right? We're kind of top heavy because we're still either entry level or middle managers, right? So what do we do now? And it makes me think about something that I've taught before, and it's called the power of now. And you see the W is in parentheses. And so it's the power of no, right? And sometimes the power of no is guarding your peace, right?
Mm.
I have a friend that always tells me, protect your peace, pick your
Mhm.
battles, right? And protecting your peace
Yep.
sometimes means that you are keeping notes, right? You're covering, CYA, right? You covering that butt, right? It's protecting your space, and it's understanding that not everybody gets to get in. I have
Yes.
a friend that always says that, they don't deserve your peace. They don't deserve the very best of you because they are not giving the best that they can. And I always love that. And it's my favorite thing is activating your voice. And that means speaking up for yourself every single time. Now, you may have to be strategic with it,
Mm.
and you may not know how to do that by yourself, but that's why we have conversations like this, right? That's why we do podcasts like this. That's why we do lives like this, so that we can begin to think about ways that we can move forward in our careers as entrepreneurs, because like we said, we are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the nation. And if that's the case, why is it that we can't, number one, move forward? And number two, are we lifting and pulling each other together? And I think the beauty of She Fire, the beauty of Essential Aesthetics, our collaboration of Black women living in the same area, living in Northern Kentucky, is that we are combining forces, our knowledge, our financial, resources, support, so that we can pull each other up. I can say that Erica and I have
Yeah,
had hours of conversations about how we can lift other women up. And of course, we want to make money in our own businesses, but we can't do life alone and we can't do
that's
this by
right.
ourselves, right? I've said in lots of places, Ubuntu, I am because you are, and you are because I am. I need Erica to survive, right? I need everybody that's watching on the live. I need Dr. Burnett, right? I need Janetta. I need Juan Leah. I need Anthony is watching. I need Essence and Kamisha, right? And Tasha. I need all of you all to survive. And I think that if we think that way as a collective, as a collaborative, I think that we will move faster and further together, right?
Yes,
So the
yes,
power of now. Um,
yes,
and so as we kind of wrap up, um, I like this quote by Gandhi, and it says this, Erica. It says your beliefs becomes your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits. Repetition is the key to understanding. When you do it, it becomes second nature, and then your
mm-hmm.
habits become your values. And when we talk about values, we're thinking about your heart center. We're thinking about those things, those lived experiences that inform who you are and where you want to go next. And then when you have those values, then that becomes your destiny. And I'm going to take it a step further and say it becomes your legacy, because we are not going to be here on earth forever, right?
Right.
And as we think about that, we want to think about, how can we leave? What are we going to leave here on earth? I know for me, I want people to say, you know what, Tracy, she was a community champion. She was a champion for Black women. She created spaces for Black women to tell their story. And I don't care. I tell people this all the time. I don't care where I am, what area I'm in, whether I am at home, whether I am in the community, at work, doing, stuff with Tracy Nicole Brand and She Fire. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull somebody with me every single
Yes,
time, every single time. And so I think, everyone, if you think about what that core value is, what that passion is, whether you are making money with that passion or you're just doing it to serve, think about how you can encourage someone else, right? Your story has power. It has the power to break barriers and inspire everyone. So as we think about, so I'm going in the comments just to make sure, um, all shapeshifters. Do we say that?
yes. Shape
Shapeshifters. So
shifter.
thank you,
We
Janetta.
are,
Hmm.
yes, we are masters of that.
And so Myrtle says that no one can impede my peace. I'm keeping my peace. I'm keeping my peace in a
Mm-hmm.
box. For real, and I'm not going to let anyone take it. So as we kind of wrap up, does anyone have any questions that we can share? We can bring you on video if you want to, with our face,
Yes, definitely. Come
or
on, everyone. Anyone have anything to share? Share your story. I love this quote. I keep looking at it again, and I'm taking every sentence
yes,
and really dissecting it, you know.
yeah.
And it is so powerful when you think, it really is. Each sentence is
Hmm.
very powerful.
And I think the interconnectedness of each sentence, right? And you can think about it in tiers, right? Maybe if you journal, and I think that you should, every night I try to think about, what did I do during the day? And every morning I really start with meditation, prayer, and intentions, right? What are my intentions? And so I
Mhm.
challenge you to use each one of these sentences
Yes,
maybe as a journal prompt, right? And
yes,
then after you get done with these journal prompts for the week, I want you to go back, right? And maybe do a SWOT analysis of your thoughts, your words, your actions, your
yes,
habits, your values, your destiny, your legacy.
yeah,
What a
Yes.
wonderful way to determine and to be intentional. What a wonderful way to determine, okay, do I have things that I need to work on so that I have a force field around me, right? So that I am not on. I was reading a book by Adam Grant, right? And he talked about our life being on a loop, LOOP, right? And when your life is on a loop, you're doing the same thing every single day, right? It's a habit. And when you are on a loop, what happens when you're on a loop? When we used to play I'm really aging myself, but like record players, right?
Hmm.
You can make it go on a loop, or a CD, right? You can repeat it and make it go on a loop, and you're singing the same song, saying the same words, and you're not moving or learning anything else. So I
Right.
challenge you to take yourself off the loop. Make this be the last day that you are doing the same thing. Make this be the last day that you allow people to put you in the box. Let this be the
Yeah.
last day, right?
Yeah.
That you don't have a circle of people that will inspire, empower you to do and be better.
Yes,
And
great.
I
We
think,
have a question in the chat here
sure.
from Dr. Barnett. She says, as Black women, we
Mhm,
are conditioned to carry others, question mark.
mhm.
How do we carry others without guilt?
Ooh. So let me go to the how do we carry others without guilt. Sometimes it's hard to carry someone when you are barely making it.
Hmm.
But the thing that I think about is I may not have everything that I want and need, and I might be struggling. But if you have your sister or your brother out there,
Hmm.
right, that you know may be going through the same thing, sometimes all it takes is one word
Yep.
or a few words. My sister, how you doing today? Nah, I'm not making
Yeah.
it, dog. I've had these conversations. Nah, I'm not making it very well today. Neither
Right.
am I. uh let's
Yep.
let's have a cup of coffee. Let's have a cup of
Yes.
virtual coffee. I know that my cousin and I, we both had a long past couple of years, and we established something called cousin coffee. Every
Oh,
other
I
week
love that.
we have coffee virtually. She lives in Atlanta, I'm in Kentucky, and we take an hour and we just chit chat about
Hmm.
family, about work, about our dogs, about
Yes.
everything. And at the beginning of the conversation, I'm sad and I'm heavy, but by the time I get finished, I am laughing, I am smiling. So, Dr. Levette, I think that, you carry someone, right? You carry someone by talking about what's going on with you and not keeping it inside. You carry
Hmm.
someone by knowing that perfection ain't perfected, not
Right.
yet at least. And so I think that we just have to reach out more. I think we have to be sisterly, right? That's what
Yes.
we say in my sorority, right? The first and the finest. I just have to give a shout out. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm sorry, Lavette. I'm sorry, Erica. But I mean, what's up?
But yeah, but you're absolutely right. Taking pieces together to make a whole,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So yeah, I love that. And I love, yeah, I do too. I love that cousin coffee. That's cute.
Yes. And then, Lavette, you talked about how do we do it without guilt. I mean, how can we not do it? How can we not? I feel guilty even if I'm going through something if I don't say what's up or if I don't just
Mhm.
check in, right? So how can we not? How can we not? I see you, Lavette. Um, we're having two different conversations, and this, my friends, is sisterhood. This, my friends, we having a battle in the chats. But I love it. I love it. It's all in fun, and that's sisterhood. You know,
Yes.
I wasn't having the greatest week this week. This is the week, this was a sad week for me. My father passed away 4 years ago this week, and we had his services. And I have
Mm.
been thinking and meditating on him all week. But I'll tell you what, when I got on this call and knew that I was going to have this conversation, it filled me up, right? And it made me remember that I have sisters who want greatness from me, and I want greatness for
Mhm.
them. So I think we got the SWOT analysis. So SWOT analysis,
Yeah, what's that? Explain SWOT. Okay.
SWOT. Strengths. What are the strengths in your life, in your organization, in your
Mm-hmm.
business? What are things that are going well? Weakness. What are some weaknesses um in your business, in your life, that you see with your career, that you see on your entrepreneurial journey? What are opportunities? What are some opportunities? This is where I tell people, when I explain this, to dream big. What are some of the things that you want? You want some money? You want partnerships? You want to be on a stage, speaking to 600 people? You want to do a TED talk? What are some things that you want to be in the C-suite, within 90, 180 days? What are some opportunities for you, for your business, for your organization? And then threats. And this whole conversation, I think, is probably one of the threats on our list. No matter who you are, where you are on your journey, what are threats? What are some things that are keeping you from doing and attaining the goals that you have?
Right, right. And you know what? And that's why it's not just for the workplace, that's for your life period. Relationships for, all around.
Ah,
That I like that. I really do
mhm.
like that.
So, Lavette, you said, I think I meant, how do we not carry others without guilt? When we change, they hate it.
Mm,
I think that's some work that we, as if you don't like when your friends maybe are quiet when they're usually vocal, I think that you should understand who your friends are. I think you should understand personalities. I think you should give grace. Maybe that is the biggest thing, right? Assume good intentions. So I know that when I don't hear from my friends, I'm gonna call and I'm like, "What's up? What's going on? Tell me what's going on," just letting folks know who you are. And I think Lavette is also remembering that you can't be everything for everybody. And
oh, yes. That's a
you
word right there.
you can't be everything for everybody. And as Black women, I think that we are conditioned, right?
Mhm.
It's cellular from when we were in Africa, right? On African soil, we were always the caregivers to our own kids, to our men, to the other men in the village. When we were brought over here, we were the caregivers for our kids, for their kids. We were wet nurses. We were in the fields. We were cleaning the houses. We were emotional support. We were best friends, right? So we we are expected to be everything. And I think that
Mhm.
what we have to do now is remember that sometimes we can't.
Yeah, right.
So I
I
don't know.
love this.
Go ahead.
I love this quote. If your dreams don't scare you, your
Mhm.
dreams aren't big enough. Ugh.
Ooh, say that one more time.
Whew. If your dreams don't scare you, your dreams aren't big enough. I love that.
I love it. So
Oh,
I'm gonna put you on the spot, Erica. I have a
ooh,
question for you.
I
What
love that. Go
what
ahead.
is what is one of your dreams for your business?
Oh, now you know what it is. So, my dream is to expand.
Yeah,
My dream is to actually have my facility as a placement program for the many esthetician schools out there that do not have placement programs. So
yeah.
once they graduate, they have some place to come to work, to continue to um, learn their craft, to perfect their craft.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is my dream. That is my ultimate dream, is to have essential aesthetics all over Kentucky, Columbus, Dayton, um, Cincinnati, and there's in Cleveland, because I know there are esthetician schools out there and they
Yes.
do not have placement programs. So that is my big dream.
So
It it and it scares me, but I'm gonna do it.
I
I'm
dig
gonna
that.
do it.
I dig that. So can I answer the question? You can tell I'm ready.
Your turn. Your turn.
So I want to have my own talk show,
I would love that for
a
you.
national show.
Love that for you. I love that
National.
for
Can you
you.
see me on stage?
Yes,
Because
yes,
I can
yes,
see me on stage, right?
yes.
I
And I
can
can see
see
me in the audience too. Yes.
I can see me on stage with my purple background.
Well,
You're welcome.
yes.
With my purple background. And I told my best friend Janetta, who was in the audience, I've had a dream for over 30 years to really have all of my friends who have businesses, who have dreams, to work together, right? Because again, if we all work together and if we're all growing, we're all going to win. And I'll tell
That's
you, if
right.
I get on the national stage, y'all better get your shoes together, get your hair done, get those lashes done, those
I'm ready.
braids, get that, get
Hmm.
those nails done because y'all all coming with me,
Yes,
all of
yes.
you. So,
I love that.
yes, so I think we have come to the end. Do you have anything that you want? I think we've answered all the questions. I
Yes.
appreciate, the flexibility that you all gave. I know that some of you, again, you may see this on the replay. I know that we had a few technical difficulties, so we had to kind of pivot very quickly. So we appreciate you still rocking with us. Know that this is what happens. Just because something doesn't go the way that you want it to go doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And we worked that thing out today. And that is also a reminder for you. Just because you don't get what you want exactly when you want it, use that as motivation to keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
So
Yep. Skip,
again,
skip, hop, power walk, go a little slow, but keep going.
keep
Do
going.
not stop. Do
Yes.
not stop.
Erica, I appreciate you. Thank you so
Aw,
much for being on this call. And thank you
yes.
to everyone else who, gave quotes. And, if you are watching on the replay, we want you to talk to us on the replay because we're going to go back and we're going to listen and we're going to answer the questions. And if it's okay with you, if you are okay with getting some information from us, just to let you know when we have our next event. Erica, I think we're going to do an in-person event next time.
We are. Yes, we are.
So,
Stay tuned.
if you put a purple heart in the comments, whether you're watching live now or you are watching on the replay, I would love for you to do that so I know to contact you. And I promise we won't spam you, but we just want to make sure that we are staying connected. And if you know someone who would benefit from this conversation and listening to this conversation, share it with them, please, so that we can begin to expand this collaborative, right? Expand this collective because Erica and I have something in the works, but we need you to rock with us so that we can make that happen. So we're not quite ready to share, but we will share really, really soon.
Yes.
So we want to connect with you. So if you look at the screen, it has our email addresses, Instagram, Facebook, and our website. So, just to give a little shout to Erica, if you are in the tri-state area, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, you need to go see Erica because she will get your skin together. She will get those lashes together. If you need a little relaxing, she can massage that stuff out. So you need to see her, the only Black spa in Northern Kentucky. You're welcome.
That's right.
You're welcome. And if you want
Thank
to
you.
write a book, if you need some coaching on how to get your core values and your lived experiences, into something that is going to allow you to dream bigger and to be louder, let me know. Look me up, and I would be happy to consult with you. So, until next time, Erica, do you have anything else?
Just one thing, because I want to go back to the Dr. Antoinette. I would not challenge, but I would want you all to
Yeah,
reach out. Reach out. If you are stressed, if you are depressed, if you are not feeling well, just want to hear an encouraging word, all this information is to contact us.
yeah,
We are always there. I know my phone is always on. I do not want to lose another Black woman. I know you're not
yeah,
in that way.
yeah,
So again, I know I'm here. So, and I know Tracy is too. So, and send that out. I want that to be out to everyone. Lavette, um, who else? All that's on here.
yeah,
Janetta. Any type of I'm not feeling well, I'm not doing well, reach out. Reach out. I think that's as we say, we want to be a support system for each other.
yes. So, thank you all for your support. Stay tuned for the March event. We will let you know some information here really soon. And I hope that you have a great and intentional week. We will see you next time. Bye, y'all.
Oh, did you not know?
Hold on.
Oh, I guess so.